Welcome back. In this week's video, I wanted to go over one of the best ways you can secure and harden your devices in your fleet, and that is with Filevault, and specifically using Addigy to enforce Filevault and to escrow the keys so you have a secure and scalable way to manage those keys. So let's jump over to Addigy here. And like a lot of things in the Apple world, we're going to start by creating a profile. So we're going to go into our Addigy catalog here and go to MDM profiles. And we're going to create a new profile. And we're going to select security and privacy from the list here. And we're going to name it something like Filevault. Then you're going to go to the Filevault tab, and here are the different settings that we can control. So the first thing we're going to do is click the Enable Filevault, and we're going to want to make sure that Escrow Personal Recovery Key is checked. That's going to make sure that when encryption is enabled, that the key is sent to your Addigy portal, so the users don't have to worry about writing it down or keeping it in a safe place or anything like that. So why is escrowing the key important in the first place? The recovery key can be used if a user forgets their password or if something happens. We've seen sometimes where the directory gets screwed up and it's not accepting the right password. The recovery key still lets you unencrypt the disk, ensuring that you can still get access to the device if the password is forgotten. You can then also set some more settings around Filevault, like requiring Filevault after hibernation, displaying the personal recovery key to the user or not, forcing this to be set up in Setup Assistant, and setting a deferment number of logouts before Filevault is enforced. Once you have that set up the way you want it, you can click Create Profile. Then we just have to worry about the actual deployment. Now, you can definitely just push this out to policies and to all devices at once. That will work. That requires some more user communication. So the way it works is users won't get prompted to enforce Filevault until an actual logout. So a restart, a shutdown, none of those will actually prompt for the user to do it. They will need to log out. The other challenge is making sure that all users are getting that secure token. If the users aren't admins, then you would also need to be making sure that like your admin accounts and things are also getting enabled with that secure token. This process of adding users to the secure token, if there are multiple users on the machine, will only have to be done for existing machines the first time you deploy it. If you create a new user on the machine after the fact, it'll automatically get a secure token when the account is set up. And a secure token is the mechanism behind Filevault. So every user, the first time when you type in their password or when you create a user after the fact, gets a secure token, which is a certificate basically saying that that user can decrypt the device. It is possible for there to be users on the computers that do not have a secure token, in which case they will not be able to decrypt the device after a reboot. So typically what we do, depends on the size of the customer and who the customer is, but typically what we do is we will schedule quick remote appointments where we push this out, make sure the key gets escrowed, and make sure all the users get enabled. The way we typically handle that then is we go to Devices and we'll go to Profiles, Available Profiles, and then we will click Deploy next to our Filevault profile. Once that gets pushed out to the computer, we'll log out, make sure Filevault gets enabled, the key gets escrowed, and that all users are getting that secure token. Now, if you play around in your environment or with your specific customer and you find that pushing it out to the profile and just communicating with the users, hey, you need to log out and enable Filevault, if that works, that's great. It is a great workflow. We find it just doesn't fit our needs most of the time. So once it is all set up, what does that look like if you need to go and get that key or you want to just confirm that it is working? A quick note, as I was trying to find a device to show you how the escrowing looks, Addigy does have facts for these keys. So you can have a fact here that says Filevault key escrowed, and then I can go and sort by that and see what computers have it escrowed. So for example, we're going to go to this one here. Now we can go to security and you can see that Filevault encryption is enabled and it has a key and it gives you the date that the key was escrowed there. From there, you could click on the three-dot menu and download that key or delete the key. You also have the option to rotate it here if needed. Now, there are certain situations where Filevault and the secure token get kind of screwy, especially if it had been on a computer where Filevault's enabled before. There is a great script in the community scripts. If you just go in here and search for Filevault, and this prompt to rotate Filevault key really comes in handy in those cases, because it will actually rotate that key on computer and give it the opportunity to escrow again. Users will have to put in their password, but it does resolve that issue. There are also some other scripts in here that are definitely worth checking out for Filevault and for other things. So if you've never taken a look at the community scripts, definitely a great resource to dig into. That's it for today's video. I hope this gave you a good start on how to encrypt your computers with Filevault using Addigy. If you have any questions about this topic, other Addigy topics, or other just Mac management topics in general, we'd love to help you and your business come up with a solution for those. I can be reached on the Mac Admin Slack channel, Marshall_CIT, via email, marshall@cranstoninc.com or at cranstonit.com. Thanks so much for watching.